Greetings, dear friends, and welcome to uh, another session of our reflection today. Today, our reflection is going to be different. We are going to reflect on the environment because from Sunday, the 1st of September, the Pope invites people to reflect on the environment and our common home. So today, I am privileged to bring for our reflection Father Oswald. Father Oswald has been a great Mill Hill missionary in Cameroon. He worked in Kumbo Diocese. And anybody watching from Cameroon, you will know Father Oswald. Some of us did not know how to pronounce his name. And they used to call you Father
Oh,
Father O. Those who could not pronounce Oswald, they would just say Father O.
yeah,
So today I'm with Father O,
yeah.
who is going to share with us about the environment and the invitation of the church for us to care for our common home, drawing inspiration from Laudato Si. And Father will also say more about himself and the work he did in Cameroon. So, Father Oswald, Father O, welcome to share with us.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for the Joe, for inviting me to share on this very important topic. For me, it's important, and I hope for all of us, the topic of environmental care. The 1st of September is a special day. The 1st of September every year is a day where we reflect on environment, on creation. And therefore this day, 1st of September, is always called World Day of Prayer for the Care of Creation. Also, it's a day of prayer. And in our community here in Herbert House, where I am based, we celebrate it. This topic is, for me, a very important one.
Yeah.
World Day of Prayer. Prayer. We pray. Why have we been asked by our Holy Father to have a special day of prayer? Because our environment is in need of prayer, in need of change from our own side, because if we look around in our world, our environment is being damaged by ourselves, by human beings. And this prayer is special, this World Day of Prayer is especially directed to us for a change of life, that we cherish environment, the creation, God-given creation, and is also to remind us that creation is not a personal property. It does not belong to me, but it belongs to all of us, wherever we are, whether we are in Europe or in Africa. We are called actually to care and cherish creation. As Christians, we believe that it is God-given, this creation, and as a gift from God, we are really to make sure that we don't continue destroying our environment, creation, but to build it up, to care for it, to cherish, and and creation is not something which is static. Creation, the environment, we are to pass on to our next generation. And we have also received it from our
Previous generation.
exactly, and we have received it, and we are to pass it on in a better state, state as it is now, because we are present day people are very destructive,
Yes.
very
Very
destructive,
destructive. Yeah. Yeah.
and because they don't reflect that what can happen if it continues in that speed of destruction, what will be in a few hundred times, in a few hundred years.
If at all we'll reach the few hundred years.
Yeah, yeah. So as I said already, it is a precious topic for me. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And as a missionary, I have been in Cameroon for many years,
Yeah.
and I have lived my heart, part of myself in Cameroon, yes. And I very often reflect on the time I spent in Cameroon, in Kumbo Diocese, and especially my 10, 12 years in the Oku area. I was the first uh, missionary in the Oku area who actually lived among the people. And in 1991, there was um, um, a sort of, how shall I put it? We could observe, not as outsiders, but people who lived among the people, how the forest, the famous Kilum mountain forest, was being destroyed. And how was it being destroyed? It was destroyed, first of all, through wildfires, burning down trees which have been planted there
Hundreds of years before.
ago, and it was passed on to the present generation. And the people were destroying it because they needed a farmland. So the forest was being destroyed, and farmland was made. And by doing so, very, very important trees were wanton for destroyed. Yes, and also the elderly people, they were not prepared to change their minds. Also because they said we have always burned down the forest, we have burned down land in order to produce farmland. Yes. So during my time, we especially uh, concentrated on the young people. I was responsible, we were responsible for the schools. So we went into the schools and started demonstrating to them what is happening and what should be happening. So we showed them in the gardens, in the farmlands of the school, how we can reforestate the area.
I remember that because I was in primary school, and the project started called the Kilo Mountain Project and then Ijum Forest Project. And we were being asked to promote reforestation, and they talked about we were losing birds like the Banamas, Toraco, the very particular species of birds that was found in that forest that were being lost through wildfires. So I remember that that time.
So with the elderly people, you cannot change elderly people. Traditional people, they say, so it was and so it
shall be.
But we started and with the young people, with the school children, and we tried to, from further away areas, to bring in seeds from trees and nurse them in the schools. And then together we went to an area and replanted those trees in that area, and also tried to fence it in so that goats could not disrupt it. So for me, this was environmental care and as a very, very important issue.
Yeah. Just in addition, I have seen the effects of that destruction myself.
Yeah.
Because as a child growing up in Com area, and you know Com, you were in Fully, and so you know Ginicom, you know Fonanti, and you know Mbesa.
Yeah.
I know you remember the rivers that used to flow along the Bello Valley.
Yes.
They were very big rivers that
Yeah.
could sweep people away.
Yeah. Yeah.
But unfortunately, if you go there today, those rivers have become streams. Yes, even in the height of the rainy season,
Yeah.
the rivers are no longer as big as they used to be.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that is the effects of deforestation.
Yeah.
It's really sad. The weather patterns have changed, and sometimes it just rains so much, or it is very dry.
Yeah.
So what you were trying to protect when you were in Cameroon, I do not know if that continued. I can't say for sure because, but I see some other priests like Father Innocent, who is in Cameroon, trying to follow up with with that.
As I already mentioned, it
Yeah.
is very difficult and almost impossible to change traditional people.
Yeah,
People who have grown up and have done it
their own way.
this way, and for them it is only this only way to do it. But
Yeah.
to with the young people, educate them, and not just say they should do this, but also demonstrate,
Be
as
part
we
of
have
it.
done.
Yes, yes,
We have
yes.
shown them to collect the seeds from faraway areas in that Kulum mountain forest,
Yeah.
and bring these seeds to the school, plant them, nurse them, and then when they are of a certain height, go together with the school to the area and plant it and follow it up. And we have done that, and I have seen it myself in those 10 years, how certain trees, grew, grew up, if you like, what has become in the meantime, I've been away already for some time,
Okay.
but I trust that this has been a success, because it has really, at my time, taken roots, in the younger people.
Oh, thank you very much, Father, for sharing with us. Maybe one last word. We want to send out greetings to the people of Kumbo, Cameroon,
Yeah,
and mention the places that you visited.
I take this opportunity to send warm greetings to everybody in Cameroon, especially in Kumbo Diocese. In the year 1968, I'm not making a mistake, 68, when I first went to Cameroon, when I was appointed to Cameroon, I was appointed to the Diocese of Buya, the only diocese then. When I left, there were 4 dioceses, and I found myself in the Diocese of Kumbo. Yes. And I served as a missionary, mainly in those areas. And I remember when the bishop asked me, would you like to go to the Oko area? And then I asked him, where is the Oko area? And then he told me he doesn't know himself, but you will find out. So, so I've spent good 10 years there, and I like to greet especially the people in the land of Nkongmote, as they call it,
Komote.
Yes, and we used to. I remember using a sentence, an Oku language sentence. God is first. we live in. God is first, and
Okay.
God should remain first in our daily life.
Be Lufayen.
Exactly.
God is first, and God should remain first in our lives. Thank you for those beautiful words, Father Oswald. And it's a pleasure to be with you here, and also to tap from your wisdom. And it's always very inspiring for me meeting you, the elderly missionaries who work in Cameroon, to share your experiences, and then we learn from them and we grow and we continue to inspire others. Thank you very much, and God bless. So, dear friends, that has been it for our reflections today on the environment with Father Oswald. And we wish all the best. We take responsibility for our common home. We're drawing inspiration from Laudato Si, the Pope inviting us to take care of our common home because it is all what we have. That's all we got. We don't have another home. This is what we have. And if we destroy it, we will have no place to live in. Our children and grandchildren and the next generation will have nothing to live on. So take it as a personal responsibility. God bless you. Ciao.